Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I want to talk about why it's important to focus on the basics. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. Click the join button, members only content, only $1.99 a month. All right, this might be the most important video I've ever made, and that's no understatement. I get a lot of questions each week, and I really try to help folks. But you know, some folks will ask me, why do you have such a ravenous, insane focus on the basics? Why do you focus on the basics so much? And the reason why I focus on the basics so much, and the reason why the basics matter so much, is because the majority of folks trying to build muscle, probably at least 90% of them, are in this big pile. They're in this big pile where they're overthinking the minutia. They're overthinking all the stuff that doesn't really matter right now, and they're not really mastering the basics. They aren't really going hard on the basics. And over on the other pile of the 10%, you have the people just crushing the basics. Just crushing the basics, not majoring in the minors, learning their body and getting it done. What does that mean? What does this mean? And why is it so important? Well, every day I have questions like, can I gain, can I build muscle without being in a calorie surplus? Things like that. Can I build muscle without using compound movements? People trying to rework the system, find a different way. Trying to find a way not to major in the basics, right? Trying to find a way not to crush the basics. And I'll get into the basics in just a little bit. But the majority of questions I have are focused on things that ultimately don't matter because the person is not focused on the basics. Unless you are focused on the basics, nothing else matters. And I want that to resonate with you. Unless you are focused on the basics, nothing else matters. You must spend several years mastering the basics, grinding on the basics. And then, once you have learned your body, once you have gotten along a lot stronger than you are now, then you can start to add in all the other stuff or focus on all the other stuff, but it still really doesn't matter. What do I mean? Like, let's take the average question. Hey, Steve, should I cycle 5-3-1 or should I do pyramid sets? Like that's the average type of question I get. And it's from somebody that's well-meaning, somebody that is trying to understand the muscle building process. And the honest answer is it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because you need to focus on the basics. Hey, Steve, I want to know, can I build muscle without being in a calorie surplus? Look, stop. You got to focus on the basics. You're trying to rework or rewire things, and you don't have a focus on the basics. These are all interesting questions. But at the end of the day, 90% of the questions we toss around on a daily basis in fitness, in muscle building, in strength training, really don't matter to what we're trying to achieve. They're fun little topics to entertain and to discuss and debate, and boy, do they get heated sometimes. But at the end of the day, they really don't matter. They really don't matter because most of us are not mastering the basics. Most of us are not crushing the basics. So what are the basics? I beat them to death on this channel, and I cannot beat them to death enough. If you want to be successful, if you want to build muscle, what you need to do is have a decent focus on compound movements. They should be the bread and butter of your training. Not all of your training, but the bread and butter of your training. Dumbbell and barbell movements and challenging body weight movements like pull-ups and dips, that sort of thing. You don't have to have all the exercises in, but you need them to be the bread and butter of your program, and you need a reasonable selection. All right, you need a reasonable volume. What is a reasonable volume? Well, you don't go into the gym and just do 3 to 5 sets. You also don't go into the gym and think, I got to do 30 to 40 sets to build muscle. You need to challenge yourself into the gym, but you need a reasonable volume of work. Maybe you're in the gym an hour and 15 minutes, and you're not, screwing around. You need a plan. You need progressive overload. You need progressive overload. You need to get a lot stronger than you are now. And when I say a lot stronger than you are now, I mean a lot stronger than you are now. This is a reality that I cannot stress enough. The people I meet that have a quality degree of muscle mass are a lot stronger than anybody else asking these questions. The people that are on the mountain are very, very strong. The people that want to climb the mountain, they're too busy asking questions about, should I do 2 drop sets or 3 drop sets? Is it okay to train to failure on every set? Can I gain muscle mass without eating in a surplus? They're busy wallowing in this pool of shit instead of trying to climb that mountain and get a lot stronger than they are now. So focus on compound movements, have a reasonable volume, have a progression approach. Every workout has to have a goal. Every set has to have a goal. Did you do 225 by 7 on bench press last time? You need to bust your balls. You need to grab those big juicy testicles and try to get 225 by 8, not at the expense of form and not injuring yourself. So you got those things into play. You need consistency. All right? Consistency is everything. I see so many excuses on a daily basis, and honestly, I keep my mouth shut most of the time because it's none of my business if I went out and tried to convert everybody or call bullshit on everybody's excuses. I would both be the most hated man in lifting, and probably I would run out of time. Look, the excuses. I did my protein intake lacked yesterday. My calories lacked yesterday. My food choices lacked yesterday. I didn't plan. Excuses, excuses, excuses. You need consistency. I missed 1 session this week. I missed 2 sessions this week because of this, because of that. Because there's always a reason. Those that fail to reach consistency always have some excuse. It's always some excuse. Always, every week, some excuse. If you are that guy or girl, you need to look in the mirror and say, self, I have excuses every single week. Are they valid? Is my life really that chaotic where I can't find a way to meal plan and eat consistent amount of protein every day, eat a consistent amount of calories every day, be consistent with my workouts every week? Really, I mean, is it that hard? When I see these folks that are just a mountain of excuses, look, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. We all have bad weeks, right? But you don't have a bad week every week. If you do, you really need to do some soul searching and get your life together. So consistency with nutrition and consistency with diet is everything. If you follow the basics, right? You have a good focus on compound movements, a reasonable amount of volume, a progression approach, and you remain consistent and crush your nutrition every single day. Everything else, that's the people doing that are about 10%. The other 90% are trying to turn a simple equation into some complex calculus equation. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. You don't have to. If I move my squats from low bar to high bar, if I wear red underwear on Tuesday instead of green underwear on Tuesday, if I add 1 drop set in, or if I do this, that, or the other thing, I think it's going to be a game changer. No, it's not. The game changer is doing the basics and crushing them, absolutely crushing them. Be consistent, get a lot stronger than you are now, and crush your nutrition. No excuses. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.